What is up, YouTube? We are back. 2 videos in a row. 2 days in a row I've gotten to come down here and tie. Tied some this morning. I tied some last night. I'm going to tie up a new age minnow head. Might even put the eyes in it. Kind of show you my process on it. Not going to be doing a lot more of these. I'm probably just about done tying these. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go back to the round ball jig heads. Maybe pill heads, but I'm going to kind of go back to the basics. Kind of back where we started from. And see what happens. We are going to start out with, I got it loaded up. Black 200. Vivas de Nero. Very strong. You could probably put enough of this and pull your truck out of the mud if you needed to. Really stout thread. Very stout. But we put a layer of hairline dubbins hard as nails on the shank of the hook. Gave it a good wrap. I'm gonna pull a tag end up and I'm gonna show you, because it's like one video I did last night. The scissors will struggle to cut through these, but they're cheap scissors. You can't expect much when you go to the Dollar General to buy your scissors. But Dollar General is 3 minutes down the road from my house. Pretty easy just to go there and get them. In this jig, we are going to be using black Chanel. I had it somewhere. I can't remember what I did with it. My table looks like a tornado hit it. I think I used this. Might have used that last night, maybe. Black Ultra Chanel from the Bug Shop. Purchased this at Plateau Fly Shop, 3 yards. Can you see it? $1.69. Can't beat that. That's an awesome price. It's a good Chanel. It's not like New Age Chanel. Kind of gives it more of a solid body look. And that's kind of what I'm going for on this. I'm going for like a shad, crazy kind of color. Kind of not shad. We're going to be throwing in some black feathers. Maybe a silver one to highlight it. But I'm going to start out the mini pack of using... I'm using the saddle hackle out of the mini packs that they had at Plateau Fly Shop. I love that. They're almost already cut the length. I know exactly... You know, I'm not buying stuff that I'm going to end up wasting when I buy it like this. Should have wore a black shirt if I'm going to tie this black like that, but I apologize. We're going to cut off length of the hook and probably half of that also. So I'm going to cut that one off. I'm going to lay it there on the side. I got another black one sitting right there beside it. And do the same thing with it. Pull off about a length and a half of the shank of the hook. Cut that one off. I'm going to set it right there on the side. And actually, I think I'm going to throw a red one in the back of this. Let's see if we can't get a red one wrapped up right in the middle and kind of give it that bleeding. See if we can kind of give it that bleeding look. Let's see what we got. I want a good sharp one. That's a fat one. Don't want that one. There we go. Kind of found one that works. There we go. One red one, 2 black ones. I'm going to put the red one right on top of the black one. I'm going to try to get it tied up to where that red is perfectly in the middle. I got 2 of them stacked on top of each other. Sometimes I do 3, but a lot of times my calloused up, worn out fingers, I can't hardly keep a hold of 3. So we're going to start it right there behind the head. We're going to give it 3, 4 really good loose wraps. Then we're going to check it out. Looks like it's going to hit where I want it to, so we're going to go ahead and strap it all the way down. Get down to the point of your hook, and then let's come back up. So now we got a red one in the middle, black one on the bottom. We're going to lay this other black one right on top. Right on top of where that red one is, and we're going to try to make it look like it's coming right out the middle. And if I hit it right, I'm happy with it. If I get pretty close, I'm still happy with it. Oh, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. We're going to wrap it back up. Now we are going to go for some kind of flash. I've got so much flash. I think we're going to go with some red crystal flash. I'm going to go with 2 strands of it. I'm going to double it over, wrap it around the head. I'm going to cut it off. Kind of turn it into 4 pieces. So I've cut off a pretty good amount. Probably a little bit longer than what I need, but that's what we're going to go with. And I would like to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel, everybody that views my videos, the comments, even the negative ones. I do get a pile of those too. But I want to thank everybody for getting me to pushing close to 7,000 subscribers, and I'm totally amazed with that. Very humbling to know that many people have watched and subscribed. When I post these videos, I usually post them late at night when I'm getting off work. I get off work at 12:30, 12:45. Usually home by 1:30, so it's roughly 2 o'clock in the morning when I post these. So when I get up in the morning and I see that notification from YouTube, I get kind of excited. I like reading the comments. I like answering people's questions. And I appreciate every single comment I get. I honestly do. I'm going to start this chenille and leave a little bit of a gap here, so that way when I get toward the end and I go to wrap it back up, it fills in right there. I've had several comments where people say, well, you need to do one more wrap. In my eyes, I don't. You know, I appreciate the criticism. I tie jigs in my style, just kind of the way I've done it. I've watched a lot of other people do it. I've adopted some of their ways, added some of mine, and there's a certain reason I tie them the way I do. So, when you tie a jig, you make the jig the way you want to make the jig. There's really no right, wrong way to tie one. If it works, it catches a fish, it stays together, you've done a good job. Plain and simple, you've done a good job. So we're going to go back with the body up here on the top where it's all thread, and I'm going to coat that. I'm going to brush a little bit extra right there in the neck, because that's where I'm going to end up with a lot of my thread, my whip finish, my chenille, and then I'll go back and glue it over again. I think when I put the eyes on, we're going to stick the eyes on, and we are going to UV resin coat over top the eyes. I don't have a big fancy jig to hold all the jig heads and, you know, go down through there and do 20 eyes on one side and flip them over, do 20 on the other. I do them when I got them here in a vise. It's comfortable. It's one at a time, but that's the way I started out tying jigs. That's the way I make my jigs, one at a time. I handle every single one, and I know you do when you got them all in the vise too, but it's just kind of the way I do it. So we are going to pull that chenille kind of tight, and we're going to start wrapping it. We're going to do almost 1.5 overlapped right there where all my hackle stopped. My flash is coming out. I want it even from here all the way to the top of the head. And I'm going to pull it tight enough to where it looks almost like one solid piece of chenille instead of being wrapped and layered. I get up here to the head. Now I'm going to switch my chenille to the other side of the thread. And that right there is all I'm doing. That's it. Plain and simple. That is all I'm wrapping. It's uniform. It looks good. And I'm happy with it. We'll go back to this side and pull it up. Pull the chenille back over. Go back over this side of the chenille one more time. A couple wraps and we're going to stop. We'll take our scissors and cut our chenille off without cutting the thread. And then we're going to put a whip finish on it, and then we're going to figure out something to do with these eyes. And like I said, these are going to be few and far between now. I think I'm going to stop doing these and just go back to the way I started. Pop it out, pull it tight. Let's do one more just for safety's sake. Pull it out, pull it kind of good and tight. Pull that thread down, and I'm going to use my scissors just like a knife, run through it. Just like that. So we've got a black Chanel body, red and black hackle feathers, red flash, silver head. Let's see what we've got for eyes. And I get these eyes off of Amazon. They come in big packs. They got more in there than what I'll probably ever use. Probably end up giving most of them away since I'm gonna quit doing the ones with the eyes in them. I'm gonna go with this red eye, red and black. The pupil of the eye is pointing that way, so we're gonna try to get them all lined up. And they make tools to do this. They make, there's all kinds of little ways, all kinds of little tweezers, things you can use to put these eyes on. To me, it's just a lot easier just to do it with my fingers. Getting it lined up and getting it exactly where you want it at is kind of the chore. So that's what we got right there for that on that side. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I'm going to put it right there. Oh, I got that one first shot. That's what we got. Next, we're going to coat it with UV resin. And this is a bottle my wife had. Come in some kind of kit. I kind of swiped it from her because it seems like, I don't know how you would ever get this brand again, but it seems like it really cures super, super hard. The Solar Ease, I do like using, but I don't have a brush for it. This has got a brush. Just like a bottle of fingernail polish. So when I get that far with that eye, I'm going to coat that whole thing over with that UV resin. I'm going to push it down there in the neck. I'm going to use that UV resin and that UV light to also cure where all my thread ended. We're going to coat those eyes pretty good, and that's a pretty heavy coat of resin I put on that. And voila, that is it. Makes for a pretty nice looking jig. Pretty neat. That's my style. That's the way I tie jigs. That's my opinion. I'll never say you have to tie it this way. It's got to look like this. It's got to look like that. You make the jig the way you want it. I'm showing you how I tie them. You come up with your way to tie them. This is what I like. This is what I tie. But starting here pretty soon, we are going back to the basics. We're going back to simple. Everything from 1/64 up to 1/4 ounce round ball jig heads. And for quite a while, that's probably all I'm going to have. We're going to kind of straighten some things out on Facebook, get that kind of taken care of. But that is all I got. You got any questions, comments, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see tied. There's Cletus making his video debut right there. He's getting ready to go back to school. I'm going to lose my jig time partner tonight. But that's all I got, YouTube. Let me know what you think. Tell them back, Cletus.